Will President Trump declare a national emergency tonight in his address to the nation?
When the president addresses the nation tonight, he'll be laying out the facts to the American people of what is a genuine humanitarian and security crisis at our southern border. Major, as we sit here today, nearly 60,000 people over the past several months have attempted to come into our country illegally. But for the first time, the predominant number are families and unaccompanied children, and it simply is overwhelming the ability of our Customs and Border Patrol to deal with it. Add to that human trafficking, the flow of narcotics, the apprehension in the last year of 17,000 individuals at our southern border with previous criminal histories, and the American people will hear from the president tonight that we have a crisis and we have to address it, and the time has come for the Democrats to come to the table and start negotiating, not just to end the partial government shutdown, but to address the humanitarian and security crisis at our southern border.
You understand all too well, Mr. Vice President, the idea of this national emergency and going around the appropriations process is something the president has suggested. The country is waiting to find out. Has he made a determination? Is he going to use tonight's bully pulpit to say that?
Well, the president was asked if it was something he was considering, and he said it's something that we're looking at.
That was a few days ago.
But the fact is,
the legal review done here at the White House?
The Congress should do its job and come to the table. We spent the entire weekend in this room with senior aides for the Republican and Democrat leadership on Capitol Hill. We listened carefully to what their priorities were. What the president put forward is a reaffirmation of his determination to build a wall on the southern border. But the president said it could be a steel barrier, recognizing the concern in concrete sun. I think that there were many Democrats in the leadership meetings who expressed concern about concrete, and the president said we'll build a steel barrier. But the president also listened carefully to their priorities about additional humanitarian and medical resources, additional technology for screening at all of our ports of entry. We've incorporated those reforms, including legal reforms. And the proposal that we have on the table is a reflection of the president's priority to build a wall, to provide resources to Customs, Border Patrol, and Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. But our proposal also incorporates what we're hearing from the Democrats. But the fact is, what we heard over the course of this weekend is they're not even willing to negotiate until the president reopens the government. And
why won't he do that?
The American people deserve better than that. They deserve the Democrats to come back to the table, start negotiating, and we believe we can resolve this through the legislative process.
Why do you have to put them together? Why can't the rest of the government, unaffected by DHS, Department of Homeland Security funding, be funded and then deal with this issue separately? Why must there be a partial government shutdown affecting all these agencies that have nothing to do with this underlying debate?
Well, really for two reasons. Number one is these are the bills that were remaining at the end of the year.
But you can separate them out. You did that when you were in the House. You know that.
Right. But the fact is, as we've also listened to Democrats, they're calling for changes in our ability to accept applications for asylum at our embassies in Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras. That would require a change in the State Department's appropriations bill. So what the president is saying is, let's resolve this issue with the crisis on the southern border. If there are other changes in other bills, let's make those changes. But the truth is, Major, you've been around Washington for a while. You know that we could resolve this in a matter of hours if the Democrats will come to the table and start negotiating in good faith. And the American people also deserve to know, on the very first day of this partial government shutdown, the president sent me to Capitol Hill to make a good faith offer that would have avoided the shutdown altogether. Now we're 3 weeks in, and tonight the president will take his case directly to the American people.